To have you in CNBC Indonesia. The CNBC Indonesia audience would want to get familiar with your company, so please tell us what does your company do?
Sure. Syngenta is headquartered in Switzerland, and in Indonesia, Syngenta has been here since the 60s. Our business is focused on looking for agriculture innovations to bring solutions to our farmers. Primarily is in crop protections and seeds. In Indonesia, in crop protections, we have invested in R&D site in Cikampek, and we have our formulation plant in Gunung Putri. For seeds, is towards the eastern side of Java, where we have a processing plant for seeds in Pasuruan and research development site in Kediri.
Oh.
In Syngenta, through the legacy companies, as I said, we were here since the 60s, and Syngenta as a name was born as a part of a merger between Novartis and AstraZeneca in the year 2000. Oh. So we became a new entity in the year 2000. For Syngenta Indonesia, our vision here is Petani Maju. So we focus on really delivering and supporting our farmers, and we put farmers in the center of everything we do. So in terms of Maju, so we look at enabling the farmers to maximize their productivity, maximize their profits in terms of increasing yield while protecting the environment. In A, we accelerate innovations to bring new technology and solutions. For example, climate change, addressing climate change, helping our farmers to be able to farm more sustainably. And we need to work together in terms of joining effort, and together with our partners, with public and private partnerships to work together as one team to bring success and prosperity to agriculture in Indonesia.
That's wonderful vision. So you have been in Indonesia for quite a while, Syngenta Indonesia, right? So how does your company evolve with the mission and also the visions of Indonesia's country as an agricultural country, and its visions of, giving a full support for Indonesia's farmers over the coming of years, or probably historically?
Yeah. I think as mentioned, I think we pride ourselves in terms of looking for new innovations. And then Indonesia agriculture is very important, right, for Indonesia. And in the last 60 years, as I mentioned, we look at bringing new solutions, for example, in terms of drought-tolerant seed, in terms of more integrated pest management, and we continue to educate the farmers of Indonesia through our outreach program. So we look at stewardship, where we train farmers on safe use. We look at setting learning and development centers. We have actually 24 locations across the nation, where we have been in the past, let's say 15, 20 years, train farmers in terms of good agriculture practice. With that, we actually help the farmers improve their productivities and continue to support the government agenda in terms of food sufficiency and food security.
Yeah, food sufficiency and food security, especially in this government priority programs, which is Swasembada Pangan in Indonesia.
Yes.
Right, sir, we would talk more about your perspective about financing sustainable technology, particularly in the agricultural sector, especially in Indonesia. So I would want to hear from you, from your perspective, has the access to funding for sustainable technology in Indonesia's agricultural sector has developed effectively? What are the challenges and what are the opportunities?
Yeah. I think when we talk about sustainable technology, it's about innovating and finding the solutions to help farmers maximize their productivity, while at the same time protect the environment, protect the planet, and regenerates our nature, our natural resource. So in Syngenta, I think we do work very hard in terms of finding those new technology, new solutions for the farmers. But one thing that is important is the adoptions of the new technology. And this is where the funding becomes critical and important. If I look at in Indonesia, we have this KUR, Credit Usaha Rakyat.
It's a microcredit spur.
And the government has been really putting a lot of effort in scaling up. And in 2025, I think to the tune of about 300 trillion rupiah. I mean, this is not a small sum, right? I mean, look at it, it's probably around 2% of the GDP. It's almost double the size of the Makanan Bergizi program of President Prabowo. And we see this acceleration, and this is actually a good sign where we actually looked at ensuring continued support in terms of funding being made available for our growers to adopt new technology. But we need more, and we need to work more closely as a broader ecosystems of the manufacturer, the channel business partners, the government agencies, to really make sure that this is sustainably rolled out all the way to at the village area for our farmers.
Especially for the farmers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Being in this industry for years, and then you are producing products and services for the farmers to thrive even further. To what extent can sustainably based technology improve the productivity, especially for the small farmers of Indonesia? We know we have quite different landscape that the agricultural sectors that they have in the United States. Indonesia is very unique. So how can Syngenta help in this particular issue?
I think we looked at where sustainable agricultural science and farming is about optimizing the use of resources. How do we help the farmers minimize crop losses, and therefore leading to an increased productivity for the farmers, right? So if you talk about smallholder, I think in Syngenta, we do have a broad range of offerings in terms of products. And specific to the smallholders, one unique characteristic is actually a small land holding. Right? Yeah. So you therefore will use a small amount of products rather than kind of big and bulk size as compared to farmers in the West, right? So in Indonesia, we actually tailor the packaging size that will fit the land size of the farmers. So in this way, it will be more appropriate in terms of the usage of the product, the timing, the right dosage, and then by making it convenient for the farmers, it helps in terms of the application technique, and also making sure that we continue to educate the farmers to use the products to the right target challenge that they are trying to handle. Yeah.